Hey, second grade. Today for math, we are going to be matching cards that show times in digital and analog. So we're going to start the day with a math talk. Then we will review and practice skip counting by fives to tell what time it is. Then we'll have an agree or disagree question about time. Then you'll get into Seesaw and do your activity, which will be the apprentice task, card match, and the apprentice task homework, which is page 9 in your yellow packet. It will be on page 2 in your Seesaw activity. You'll also complete LS1 day 3 homework, page 8 in your yellow packet. And then at the end, we'll come together to review our work and share our thinking about which cards match. The most important thing to remember about the lesson today is that the same time can be represented on an analog clock or a digital clock. Here is our clock talk. What time is it and how do you know? If you look at this first clock on the left, what do you notice about it? Well, I see the long blue minute hand is straight up, and I know that's the 12 or o'clock. And I see the short hour hand, which is green, pointing directly to the right, which I know is 1, 2, 3 on the clock. So 3 o'clock. This first clock says 3 o'clock. The second clock then is a little trickier. The minute hand is straight down this time. So when I think about a clock, and I know 12 is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's not 6 minutes because I know that there's 5 minutes here. So, every 5 minutes here. So as I skip count by fives, let's see what it would be. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, so it's 30 minutes past the hour here. And if I look at the short hour hand, it's between two numbers. So I have to think, what do I remember about time? Well, it definitely isn't to this one yet. So it has to be at this mark for the hour. And that would be again 1, 2, 3. So this clock says 3:30. Here's our next example. What time is it? To tell time to the minute, we can skip count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it is 12:30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 12:30. And it's 12 because it's not to 1 o'clock yet. It's between the 12 and 1. So we know we have to go back to the 12 because it is not at 1 or past 1. Now let's think, do we agree or disagree? Looking at our clock, what time is it? Our friend Angie thinks that the clock shows 5:30. Do you agree with Angie or disagree? Why or why not? If it's not 5:30, then what time is it? Pause and think, and then we'll talk about it. If you said you disagreed, that would be right. If you look at our hour hand, it is pointing between the 4 and the 5. If it would be pointing between the 5 and the 6, then it would be 5:30 because it'd be past the hour of 5. But this hour hand is not past the hour of 5, so we know that this clock is reading 4:30. So it's not 5:30, Angie, it is 4:30. Now it's time to get into Seesaw. When you get there, your activity will look really similar to this, except it will have different times and different times over here on the right and different times on the clocks as well. The directions say to match the times on the right to the clocks on the left. We will do this by using a drawing tool to connect them. Use a different color for each match. What time is it and how do you know? So if I'm looking at the clock to start, that might be easier. So if I'm looking at this first clock, I see that the hour hand is between the 2 and 3. Ooh, we've been working on that. So I know that definitely the hour is going to be 2 because it's not at 3 or past 3. So 2, okay, 2. And this minute hand here is at the 5. So it's not 2:05. That's not even an answer. So if I'm thinking 2, oh, I have to count by 5, starting at the 12. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, 2:25. Oh, let's find that. Oh, here it is. And I'm going to do a blue line to blue line. All right. The next one, I'm going to change colors. I'm going to look at this next one down here. I see that the hour hand is just past the 6. So it's got to be, the hour has to be 6. And the minute hand's at the 2. So 5, 10. 10 minutes past 6. So 6:10. Oh, here's 6:10. Then I'm going to draw a line connecting those two. See how I'm doing that? All right, let's go to the next one. The minute hand, oh no, we'll start with the hour hand. The hour hand is, between the 3 and the 4. It's almost to 4, but not quite to 4 yet. So it's not the hour of 4. And the minute hand is, way up here at the 10. Well, I know half of the clock is 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh, 3:50. Let's change colors. 3:50. Oh, here that is right here. 3:50 is here. All right, let's go to the next one. It looks like the hour hand is between the 12 and 1. So that means it's 12. And the minute hand here is at the 8. And I know this half of the clock is 30, 35, 40. So 12:40. Oh, here's 12:40. Perfect. There's my match there. We have 2 left. This hour hand here is pointing almost to the 6, but not to the 6 yet. So it can't be the hour of 6. It has to be a 5. And, it's almost to 6 o'clock. 5 minutes till 6 o'clock. So, if I know the 9's 45, 45, 50, 50, 55. Oh, 5:55. And then process of elimination would give us 9:20, but let's just figure it out to make sure we know that for sure. So this one, hour hand is between 9 and 10, so that means it's 9. Okay, that's a good signal here. And the minute hand, it's at the 4. So I know this is 15 and 5 more would be 20. Oh yeah, that totally matches. 9:20, 9:20. So see how I did that? I use a different color to match the time on the right to the clock on the left. Now it's your turn. You're going to go into Seesaw, into your Activities tab, and find where it says Math Friday, December 4th, or 12/4 Apprentice Task Card Match. The directions say, match the digital times on the right of the clocks on the left to the clocks on the left. Use the drawing tool to draw a line to connect the matches, just like we did in my example. Use a different color for each match. Then on page 2, you'll complete the 2.4 Apprentice Task Homework, page 9, on the Seesaw template. I know you have this page in your yellow packet, but please do it on this Seesaw page. Then you'll complete the math homework, LS1, day 3, page 8, in the actual yellow packet. This does need to be completed, but does not need to be posted unless you want to. So when you get to this, you'll find the Add Response button, and it will pop up. So page 1 will look very similar to our example. Match the times on the right to the clocks on the left. You have new times this time. New times and new times on the clock. What time is it and how do you know? Use your drawing tools different colors to match each one. Then when you go to page 2, the apprentice task homework is here. You can use text box to add or to put in your information or a drawing tool to write it in as well. When you're all finished with page 1 and page 2, you'll click the green check mark at the top to submit this work for your teacher to review. Now let's review our work from Seesaw. You can pause this video to use this screen as needed. All right, let's take a look at our last slide, a couple of true-false questions. Let's look at this first clock on the left. It says true or false. Is this clock reading 11:45? You can know that it's saying 11:45 on the bottom. And is this clock showing 11:45? Well, let's take a look. The hour hand is between 11 and 12. So we know that it's 11 because it's not to 12 or past 12. So that part's right. The minute hand is at the 9, which I know is 45 minutes past the hour. So, if you thought it was true, you were right. Let's look at the second one. True or false? Is this clock reading 3:45? Think about it. All right, let's talk about it. The hour hand here is between the 4 and 5. That means it's 4 because it's not 5 and not past there. Oh, so there's a mistake here. This says 3:45. Definitely not. And let's see what time it actually is. Oh, we know straight down at the 6 is 30 minutes past the hour. So this clock is actually reading 4:30, not 3:45. So if you said false, you were right. Good job. So remember, the same time can be represented on an analog clock or a digital clock. Nice work today, friends. See you later.